Hi, Michelle Glass here. Welcome to our second episode of our Chapter 6, Lecture 6 series. And our topic for this video presentation are the 6 different types or 6 different shapes that we see for our skeleton. Starting out with our sutural bones. Sutural bones are small and flat. They're irregularly shaped bones, and they're going to be located between those flat bones of the skull. So you saw these when you were studying your cranial bones, but it wasn't really something that was pointed out or named probably as part of your lab work. We also have irregular shaped bones. So these were the ones that was kind of hard to describe when you were studying those as part of your lab work. The shape is pretty complex. So some examples include your vertebrae and your coxal bone or os coxa, and then also your sphenoid bone, which is a really kind of strange bone in the one of your cranial bones. Okay, then you have short boxy bones. These have equal dimensions. So these would include your 8 carpal bones and your tarsal bones. There are flat bones. So these are thin. They have parallel surfaces. Think of all of your flat cranial bones. So that's your frontal, parietal, occipital, temporal bones. Also your sternum and your scapula would also be examples of flat bones. Long bones are probably the most common type. So these are long and slender, and they have a shaft, which is the long part of the bone with 2 ends on that bone. Now notice, just because they're called long bones doesn't mean that they're super duper long, so they can still vary in length. These include pretty much the bones of your appendages. So your humerus and your radius ulna, as well as bones of your hand, so your metacarpals and your phalanges. And then your lower appendage, your femur, tibia, fibula, and then there are long bones in your foot as well, so those would be your metatarsals and, again, of course, phalanges. So obviously phalanges are pretty short bones, but they're not classified as short bones because they're not boxy in shape. They're classified as long bones because they are still long and slender, and they still have a shaft with 2 ends. It's just, abbreviated if you want to think about it in those terms. Our last type of bone is called the sesamoid bone, and these are characterized as developing within tendons. There is a variation in number of these, individual to individual, but we all have the patella, which is what we commonly refer to as our kneecap. So this one is, universally found, and so this is a great example of a sesamoid bone. Okay, that's it for now.